admire your leadership, learning a lot from you. He's also my mentor, giving a lot of motivational speeches, and some numbers about our president. He's already president for 6 months. He has organized 12 awesome events, and
this seems like never ending.
many other things. And I want to leave the stage to you. Thank you so much.
Mohammed, there's too much of you lately. Can you calm down? That's what I heard when I was walking to social out at Noodles, 6 months after I joined to the club. From a person, let's call him Azamat, Azeki. You don't need to speak every time. Let others speak and be active. You don't need to be in the center all the time. He kept saying. Friends, when I heard these words, I was crushed. Silence. As usual, I said, yeah, no problem. We're cool as a kid. And for the next 2 hours, I laughed and chatted with everyone at Social Out and had a wonderful evening. But on the way back home, the voices kept echoing in my head. Too much. You're too much. You see, guys, these days you see me as the confident person, as president, who raises his hand easily at table topic sessions, wins the contest, and organizes 2 events in 1 week and thinks about the third. But I wasn't always this guy. And when that person said those words, it cut me really so deep. And let me explain why, but for that, I need to rewind 20 years and take you to the place I really hope I never return to. School toilet in 2005. Here, in this toilet, in this stinky toilet, I spent weeks singing national anthem. Altın kun, aspana, altından davası. Not because I loved singing national anthem, but because I was bullied by stronger guys. They dragged me to the toilet and pushed me in the corner, laughing and saying, you are smart, aren't you? You love math, you love history, you love raising your hand and looking cool. Now, raise your hand and sing. And guys, to be honest, singing was the least humiliating thing they made me do in that toilet. Still remember, it was school toilet. So when other people walked in, they saw everything. And they laughed. Now let's leave the toilet and go to the classroom. Now I'm a teenager. And my teenage friends are talking and having conversations there about Baozhan Show, Shanshar, and Kven, but not me. I'm here. Why? Because my family couldn't afford color TV and cable for many, many years. And I felt outsider. And my friends, my classmates made sure that I knew I'm an outsider and I don't belong here, saying, hey, no need to tell him, he doesn't understand. And I laughed, pretending it didn't hurt. But deep down inside, I felt being pushed out. From the group, from the conversations, from the belonging. And the voice whispered, stay quiet. You don't belong here. Guys, you say that I'm confident on stage at table topic session, but believe me or not, just 2 years ago, I was terrified to raise my hand. My brain had ideas, but my hand refused to cooperate. I wrote a whole speech about it. So when Azeki Azamat said those words, he wasn't talking to today's Mohammed. He was talking to the kid in the toilet, to the boy whose family couldn't afford many things, to the boy who grew up hearing, "You are too little." And 15 years, I worked hard to change, to become confident. Back then, I was called too little, and now I'm too much, and again being pushed out. When I thought I found my place. For 2 weeks, those voices kept bothering me and echoed in my head every single day. I volunteered less. I hesitated to use my voice. I doubted myself all over again. Then, after 2 weeks, something unexpected happened. Another Toastmasters meeting ended, and we were walking to social out, yes, again to notes. And 2 people walked beside me. And the one said, "Mahan, you know, I'm proud to know you. You're so confident on stage, and especially at table topics. And I had so much fun participating in a quest and horse riding event that you have organized. Thank you for doing all of that. I'm so glad to be part of Almaty Toastmasters and to know people like you." Hearing that, friends, I froze. In that moment, something lifted inside me. For the first time in 2 weeks, I felt relief. In that moment, everything clicked. I realized I wasn't the problem. Sometimes some people say that you're too much only because they feel too little. That day I finally understood the problem was never me. It was the voices I chose to listen to. So since that day, I told myself to not listen to the wrong voices, voice that doubted me, and started listening to the voice that knew the truth. So that's why today you see this Mohammed. Friends, my message to all of you today is very simple. Your past wounds can still control you by different voices until you choose which voices to listen to. So Azaman, Azike, thank you. You once told me that there was too much of me. You were right. However, there's much more of me now because I stopped listening to the wrong voices. Thank you.